Welcome to I-ZILLA's final episode, in which we talk about sensitive issues here in the Philippines. A word of caution before we begin the podcast: the topics we choose may be sensitive to others. So keep in mind that our opinions do not represent the general public's opinion, but only within ourselves. So now, let me welcome you guys, our guests for the day since episode 1, Miss Jewel and Mr. Emborgo. So for today's episode, it's a topic that some may want and some might say it's quite immoral since that could be related to religion. Now we're going to talk about divorce. Do you believe that legalizing divorce in our country will be beneficial or damaging to couples who may have fallen in love with the wrong person?
Well, thank you, Karina, for having me again today for this episode. Before I'll say anything, first off, I'd like to say what is the difference between divorce and annulment. Well, annulment is when a legal ruling that erases a marriage null and void or when your marriage was not legally valid. While divorce is a legal dissolving termination and ending a legal valid marriage and declares the spouses to be single again. So, for me, I think that if divorce was a legal option in our country, a lot of people may find it quite beneficial for them rather than having an annulment. And with divorce, it could actually keep both of the parties safe from doing anything else to the other party. While in annulment, both parties didn't consent of actually breaking up, which likely could increase more conflicts in the relationship.
But one of the disadvantages of divorce, if it's implemented here in our country, would be if the couple already had children, then they need to prove it in court on who should handle the child more. Now, think about the poor child. Wouldn't it be quite harsh on the child's part looking at his or her parents arguing who should take him?
Also, one of the divorce issues is that when it comes to money, there are circumstances where the money must be split or, in some cases, transferred to the person who did not possess the money. For example, supposing the husband was the one who earned the money, but due to unforeseeable events following the divorce, the money was given to the wife instead.
Well, there are cases like that wherein the party is only aiming for the money. There are many cases related to violent or an abusive marriage that could lead to divorce, but having a divorce is better than having an annulment, don't you think? Because if you just had an annulment, technically you're still in a relationship because the marriage records remain on file. Note that a religious annulment is not a legal dissolution of a civil marriage.
If that's the case, it would depend on what kind of situations are the married couple are dealing and which option is better for dealing the problem in that relationship. Some may take divorce as a better option, but some may prefer to pick annulment.
At the end of the day, some people may want to have a divorce as an option, while others may not. So how about you guys? What are your opinions about it? Comment down below. Lastly, I'd like to thank you again for listening to I-ZILLA, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye!